Hey, what's up, community? Welcome to my first episode of Community Standard Initiative (CSI), talking about responsible communication, talking about respect, good eating habits, good health habits, good studying habits, and it's all about good communication, responsible communication. And this is my first show, and I'm on site at first CSI Community Standard Initiative camp with Coach Larry McKenzie, who's now the new head coach of Minneapolis North. And you know Coach McKenzie from many things, but you know what we all know him from is winning four state championships at Henry, leading our young men through high school, and a lot of them have went on to college. So I'm going to get right into the interview. He's been running these camps. He's had over 200 kids come, young kids from K to 5, and then from 6 to 12 come to the camp. The last 2 weeks it's been great, and it's always great when our kids are off the street and doing something positive. And I'm going to go right to Coach and ask the question. First of all, Coach, congratulations for being the new North High coach. But let's talk about what you're doing, running a basketball camp, because this is the first time
That's right.
the camp has been ran at North. Let's talk about that.
We talked about that a little bit earlier this week, Al. You know, if you go back into history, you know, they've had some great coaches here, Coach Queen and Coach Ingram and, you know, Coach McNeil. But, I mean, far as a camp in the community, man, and I want to thank CSI, Minneapolis Park and Rec, for trusting us enough and allowing us to have this opportunity. And as you said, I mean, it's important that our kids have positive options. Yeah. And so the last 2 weeks, man, have been fantastic. As you said, over 200 young people, boys and girls, right, from K. So we're talking about kids from 5 years old up into 17, 18, that's been in a safe environment. You've been around. I mean, we've had some outstanding speakers to come in and share with the kids. So, I mean, this has really, really been a responsible community initiative by far, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
And Coach, when you said you had some outstanding speakers, can you talk about a couple of the speakers that you had come in?
Well, you know, we've had Dorcine Anderson come in, Khalid El-Amin, O'Neal Hampton. So, you know, just some people from across the community. Of course, I've spoken to the kids a couple times during the last 2 weeks, and really kind of everyday life lessons. So, you know, just, I mean, a community, has just really embraced this, and it's been, Trent Tucker, we can just go on and on, the number of people who've come through the last 2 weeks to see this work that we're doing over here.
And Dorcine Anderson is the mother of
She's the mother of Alan Anderson, played with the Toronto Raptors last year, Minneapolis kid. So, great story, and she just came in, and it's good because, normally you go to basketball camp and you got all these guys coming in talking about basketball, but for these kids to get a different perspective from a mom, and a lot of these kids are coming from those kind of households. So to hear that kind of story, one is inspirational, but also gives them some hope and some, about what they can do and how they can do it. So,
and we all know Khalid El-Amin, who played on this very court here at North High for many years and won some state championships.
No question. Probably one, if not the best all-time player, certainly one of the best that have ever come out of Minnesota. Started here, 3 straight state titles, went on to Connecticut, won a national title, and most recently won an international title. Continue to play, continue to give back to the community. So it's been good, been real good.
And the last you were talking about O'Neal Hampton, who is O'Neal?
O'Neal is, I call him Minnesota's celebrity, but he's one of the finalists from America's Biggest Losers, and like I say, he's an inspiration in itself. You heard the story yesterday, and if kids don't get motivated by something like that, man, you can't get them motivated. But just a great guy. And you talked about it, Al. We've been working together on this project, and one of the things that we want to do, really, it is, man, and I've been stuck on this thing about Sankofa. go back and fetch it. And what we want to do is, from a community standpoint, as leaders, go back and fetch all of the positive stuff of our ancestors and our elders. And so we want to change the language and all of that kind of stuff. But part of that, and O'Neill's piece is, his experience of losing over 170 pounds during the course of that show. And so really start to share with our kids the importance of eating right, taking care of your body, not waiting until you get, our age and all of those kinds of things. And then, and again, just the motivation. I mean, he has a heck of a life story to share. So it was good to have him, in the gym. And I don't know if the kids sometimes, and maybe they won't realize it until a year from now or whatever, but the experiences that they've had the last 2 weeks at this camp.
And lastly, Coach, just coming to North High, it's they haven't from Khaled El-Amin days to now. A lot of people would say what a challenge. And why take on? You've had great success. You a state champion coach, and you come back to this high school. In which I say, you're not agreeing with me, right, that they've been struggling.
Oh, and no, it's no question they've been struggling. But I've never been afraid of a challenge. Yeah. Never been afraid of a challenge. Never been afraid to be the first to do something. Right. And so, Al, for the last 5 years, I've been involved coaching at a private school. And the thing that I realized is, I work with a lot of these kids on a daily basis. I'm in and out of the school. And so these young men, they need me. And this is where I'm supposed to be. And so, yes, we're coming back. The school has struggled. The community has struggled. But I just believe, things can change. And so, Al, look, we talked a little bit yesterday. In the last 6 weeks, we've brought in over 30 new families. Right. We got a lot of kids excited about what we're going to build here. And so we're going to take on the challenge, and we're glad about it.
And you, Coach, you're not only the basketball coach, but you are a person about education. You work about education now, trying to make sure our kids are doing right in school. But that's part of what you all about. Academics is important to you.
We talk about